Multiple victims, including children, were killed when a sightseeing boat capsized in Missouri. I'm Laura Podesta with the latest on how it happened.
And with fires on the rise in the west, firefighters urging campers to make sure they know how to properly extinguish a campfire. Coming up, we'll show you how the experts say it should be done.
Good morning to you. Welcome to your Friday. It is 6:30. I'm Missy O'Malley with Chet Lehman, and Matt Elwell will have our forecast in just a few moments. Top story for you now, and it's a tough one. A summer vacation nightmare near a populous tourist mecca of Branson, Missouri. A duck boat capsized, killing at least 11 people, some of whom were children.
Officials have suspended search and rescue operations until later this morning. CBS's Laura Podesta has more.
Rescue workers fanned out across Missouri's Table Rock Lake Thursday, searching for people unaccounted for after a tourist boat capsized.
We have a report of a duck that has sank completely.
Officials say more than 30 people were on board at the time.
7 patients to the hospital, and we do have some people still missing.
Stone County Sheriff Doug Rader said an off-duty officer was working security on the boat when it began sinking.
There was actually a Stone County Sheriff's deputy on the boat. He was in the water rescuing people.
Tourist Trent Bear was on a nearby boat at the time. He says people jumped into the water to help save one woman.
We got one of the life carriers, one of those things, and we tried to get her in there, and we started pulling her up, and I was yelling for people to get CPR.
Video shows the chaotic scene on the shore and first responders helping the injured.
EMTs, tell one of the EMTs.
A hospital spokesperson says adults and children were treated in the emergency department.
Today was a very traumatic experience for everyone involved, and I am confident that our staff are really working with these patients to make them feel as comfortable as they possibly can right now.
Weather is believed to have been a factor as to why the boat sank.
Never seen it quite this bad. Boats can't get in.
Video from earlier in the day shows rough waters on Table Rock Lake. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Now early this morning, Ride the Ducks released a statement saying in part, quote, "We will continue to do all we can to assist the families who were involved and the authorities as they continue with the search and rescue," end quote. Meantime, an update earlier this morning, the death toll now at 13 from that capsized
terrifying.
boat. Absolutely terrifying.
My goodness.
All kind of weather related, Matt. Extreme weather in that part of the country.
From Iowa back into Missouri, very active weather day yesterday. For us, it was about as quiet as it can come, at least for southwest Montana. Temperatures into the 40s and 50s this morning, once again dealing with some clear skies. I don't expect any major changes in that. It's going to turn warm very quickly today as we're watching the sun head over the horizon early today. It's going to warm back into the upper 80s, even low 90s. We'll talk about how long that's going to last coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. It's now 6:33. The Reynolds Lake fire southwest of Darby has now burned more than 1,000 acres just since Tuesday. MTN's Augusta McConnell was near the incident. Brings us the latest.
Helicopters are working and retardant drops are proving to be effective and allowing fire crews to work closer to the fire line. The fire made a sprint northeast Tuesday toward the community of Alta and some homes in that area, although they're about 10 miles away from the fire line. Fire managers say air attack efforts Wednesday helped stop much of that growth.
Oddly enough, there was an availability of crews, and so we've been very lucky to get the amount of resources that we have.
Fuel conditions aren't helping.
For as green as it is here, we would think it would still be super wet out and lots of moisture, but it's really not. The older deadened down on the ground is fairly dry. Everything is very receptive. The fir and the lodgepole up there are taking very little fire for them to torch out and throw spots.
He says there are some conditions that threaten the safety of firefighters, including numerous snags in the area that could come down in high winds. There are concerns about fire weather on the way. Outflows and storm heads predicted to move in Friday through this weekend could bring some northwesterly winds that could push the fire toward the most nearby homes. Near Reynolds Lake Fire, Augusta McDonald, MTN News.
Resources continue to arrive with 2 more Hot Shots crews arriving today. As of right now, the fire is 0% contained at this time.
In other updates, Zulu fire, which is burning outside of Libby in Lincoln County, is still holding at 20 acres. That lightning spark fire first reported back on the 15th of July. A local Type 3 incident management team with the Kootenai National Forest assumed command of that fire on Wednesday, using multiple aircraft, 4 fire crews to battle it. Fire managers are reporting occasional torching and spotting as that fire continued yesterday. And the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says another brush fire started around mile marker 3 on Highway 37. This is north of Libby. Fire crews on the scene. Deputies are directing traffic around that area.
And with more wildfires starting to pop up across the Northwest, it is important to know how to properly extinguish your campfires. MTN's Carson Vickroy has a few tips on how to take care of your campground.
With lots of people heading out to the forest during fire season, it's important to know where the safest place to have a camp or bonfire, if you choose to do so. First, make sure you find a place with very little vegetation.
Always have to make sure, first of all, where you put your campfire. If there's an existing ring, use it. Especially if there's a metal ring, you need to use that metal ring. You also want to make sure there's not any overhanging branches.
After enjoying your camp or bonfire, you need water to start putting the fire out.
As you have to have water or a way to carry water. Maybe you're up on a four-wheeler, you can use your helmet as a bucket.
Make sure to pour water over the fire and cover it using a shovel to the point where you can comfortably touch the burned ashes.
So until you can touch those ashes, just like the firefighters, when firefighters are mopping up a large fire, they will call it cold trailing, and they actually have to take their glove off and they have to touch to see if there's heat in there or not. So you don't know your fire's out until you can touch it and feel it.
When you're leaving the campground, you need to make sure you pick up after yourself to leave the site better than before you came.
And anytime you leave trash in that spot where you had a campfire, most places don't have garbage pickup like you do back home. So if you pack it in, you pack it out. People will bring pallets and they will want to bring wood that has a lot of nails in it. Nobody wants to get a nail in their tire. You have to pay the Forest Service to come get that. And that comes out of our taxpayer dollars.
In Johnson Canyon, Carson Vickroy, MTN News.
Some helpful tips there. Now, the Forest Service says it is against the law to have fires in developed areas like campgrounds or trailheads outside of a metal ring made for fires.
Shifting gears just a bit, residents of the small town of Norris had to be evacuated on Tuesday. This after dangerous chemicals were found inside a lab. Norris Labs conducts chemical tests for the mining industry, but it was shut down recently by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Some of the chemicals inside the lab were potentially explosive. Now, the Missoula County Bomb Squad blew up some of the chemicals on site. Others were taken to a location a couple of miles west of town and then detonated.
You know, I really haven't wrapped my head around it yet. It's scary. It really is, knowing that it was that close. And so yeah, you know, after the fact, and again, we're still kind of surreal, still going, oh my gosh, we were sitting here for years driving by there and it could have exploded at any moment, and that is damn scary. So
now, officials with Madison County Sheriff's Office say both the evacuation and chemical removal went smoothly and no one was injured.
And with temperatures heating up, state leaders are asking the public to keep an eye out for algae blooms on Montana's lakes and ponds. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian reports on what you should look for.
If you're out on the water this summer and you spot some odd blue-green substance on the surface, the state of Montana wants to know about it. The Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services and Department of Environmental Quality are asking for the public's help to identify possible harmful algal blooms. The blooms are large clumps of algae floating on or under the surface of lakes or ponds.
What they want to look for is some water that might look like pea soup. Could look like maybe some grass clippings are floating in the water. Also can look like green latex paint.
Many algal blooms aren't dangerous, but in some cases they can release cyanotoxins. Swallowing water with those toxins can make you sick. Touching the algae can also carry risks.
Some irritation, your skin might become irritated, your eyes, your respiratory system might become irritated as well.
So far, leaders say there have been no human exposures in Montana, but they want to investigate all potential harmful algal blooms. They have a website and 24-hour hotline for people to report if they believe they've spotted one.
And we recommend that you do it. It's very easy.
Once a bloom is reported, DEQ will investigate and determine whether warnings or other actions need to be taken. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Experts say harmful algae blooms are becoming more common nationwide and including here in Montana. Last year, authorities verified 41 citizen reports on Montana lakes and ponds. You can find out more information on how to report possible blooms on our websites, KBZK or KXLF.com. Helpful tips there. Yeah, you. Yeah. It is time for a quick break on your Friday morning. When we return, we take a look at the Yellowstone River water levels and your fishing access.
But first, here's John Dickerson with a look at what's coming up at 7 o'clock on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we're in Branson, Missouri after a duck boat capsized, killing at least 11 people. We'll talk with the president of the company that owns the boat. And about 70% of your Instagram feed is travel related. We'll look at how the popular app is becoming the modern day travel agent. We'll see you at 7.